Greetings. As we continue in the book of Enoch today, it's mind-boggling to think of how many different beliefs about God there have been throughout the years. Please remember, although it's not included in the 66 canonized books of the Bible, there were enough people holding to the beliefs represented in Enoch that they wrote it all down, worshipped it just as a Baptist does the writings of Paul. But think of how much fun Sunday morning could be. A sermon on 450-foot-tall giant babies being fucked into existence by angels?
I mean, come on! We can start worrying about making Jesus bongs. Dude, my therapist had a great idea.
What is it?
I take a sip of coffee at the worst time. Okay. Well, I was telling her about like this, and I was telling her about the ideas we have for like Jesus weed, you know, and stuff like that in the future. Like, and Jesus bongs, you know, and just like merchandising ideas that I've been like, want to sell cool shit, you know?
Yeah.
And she's like, you should get Bibles and hollow out spots inside of them for like one hitters and pipes and like a little container of weed. So you could have
So you could put your weed in there?
Yeah.
I like your therapist.
She's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah. Maybe I should talk to her.
I love therapy. It's important.
It's been too long.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Someone who has to listen to you. I love that shit.
Especially for band guys, it's the opposite, right? Because we're used to having one diva that's like,
I'm not the lead singer, bro.
right? It's like we don't. There's no oxygen for the rest of us anywhere else, you know.
Well, there is, but it's usually laced with cocaine. There's some oxygen, but it's H2O and bubbles in Jack Daniels.
I love Jack Daniels. Dude, I have a pastor buddy that wants to come on.
Don't even think about it, Jagoff.
That's pretty funny. I know you're talking to the dog, but
Yeah. I need to read you something that we can't share until I get an okay on.
okay.
I read, and so last night I stayed up and went into a Kassan YouTube and Google hole.
Oh wow.
And saw that like in the early 70s is when like the Canadian government. So if you look on a map, you can see the whatever it is. I can't pronounce that. I butcher the name, so I won't say them. But like where they live, you know, it's this string of islands. It's sort of like the inside Vancouver Island, you know,
Yeah,
all
the peninsula,
archipelagic. But it's the next setup.
Yeah,
It's all the way like where Canada runs into Alaska,
sure.
just below Juneau and stuff. Ketchikan, whatever, and yeah, people can Google the standoff at Lyle Island. They can also Google Kassan National Monument. And I read this long story about how in the 1900s it was one of the first. It was a national monument, but it was under the National Park Service purview. But it was his village. It's like this fucking big with a national monument because of all the totem poles and how just the craftsmanship and how, you know, just obvious works of art they were.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah. But then, you know what? It's just crazy. Just fucking crazy. This guy went to high school with. It's fucking Mike Jones. So now I just call him Mike. He put a post up there. He's like at the top of, he's at the top of like this ridge that looks down over like the water, the Bay of Kassan. He's like, Mike Jones. It's one word, motherfucker. I'm like, so now I just have, it's like always Mike Jones. It's like a fucking superhero to me. Yeah.
That's fucking rad. I mean, yeah, I have not deep dived into that shit, but I'm fascinated by the indigenous people's religions,
Yeah.
like their whole way of life, even like
Well, and
so connected to the earth.
We've talked about how that's always been where that divergence happened.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's where I feel like, if white people would have come here and adopted the native ways,
Yeah, interesting.
Would be
What
fine.
would have happened? Well,
I think
we don't know, but probably better, I would say, at least.
Well, it's all
People kind of suck, I expect them to ruin anything good over time.
Yes, I guess so. But the I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Right? I think we'd be way better.
Way better.
Way better. Like noticeably, measurably happier, connected, spiritual, loving.
Well, I think that you would still have the technological advances, hopefully, but the spirituality would be so much higher. Like I think that we would have, like the plant-based medicinal, knowledge, like
right.
all of the pharmaceutical companies base their formulas, whatever, on
Opiates.
plants.
Yeah, plants.
On plants.
Yeah, they all come from plants.
Yeah, it's all like, so I don't know. But here I am. Blah, 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 blah. What the fuck do I know?
But what a cool letter and what a cool friend. And like, especially I'd love to have him on.
Yeah.
I'd love to have him on.
Yeah. I want to send that to my dad. Like, because just the letter.
Yeah,
like, just
for real.
back and forth,
Yeah.
I told you, my dad's on Facebook.
I don't even look at that thing anymore.
On Facebook?
I never look at Facebook.
Yeah.
No, not like a year.
Yeah. That's good. well, good, because my dad's on there. He'd probably be like, "Oh, Leif."
Actually, I have an old Facebook. What now?
That Leif smokes a lot of weed, doesn't he, Joe?
He does, don't he?
Yeah.
It's pretty intense, yeah. It's strange because again, like, Let's Get High and Read the Bible is brought to you by Magic Medicine and Marijuana. So
are they like giving you free weed now? Dude, can we get like?
I'm working, dude. I'm working night and day. I was sick. I worked all. Dude, I'll get you there, brother.
No.
I'm talking alcohol. We're talking good,
dude. I've been. It's dry November for me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You going sober?
11 days.
Dude, you look good. I'm not gonna lie. Your skin looks nice, and like your face looks nice. I compliment you too much, so I didn't want to bring it up in the beginning. Don't want you to not trust me.
You know what? You can't compliment someone too much.
You don't want to be an ass kisser.
You can't compliment a drummer too much. You can compliment a singer too much, but not a drummer.
For real?
Yeah.
For real. Have you ever never mind, that'll derail.
But dude, I don't remember the last time I strung 11 days together sober. I can't even, like, I mean, I think maybe we did sober October. We tried a few times and got, maybe we got in a week or something. Like, fuck this. And then now I'm just like, no, fuck it. I'm the kind of guy I can knock it out.
It's kind of fun too, because you have all this energy. And then when you do drink again, you'll get fucked up real quick.
Well, and we'll see. Like, if I go a month, I might, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm not chomping at the bit. I'm not missing it at all.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even missing I want to have a glass of wine with dinner. It's like, I'm not even missing that part. So it's like, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
But
that's badass.
11 fucking days, bitch.
Dude, that's huge.
11 days, yo.
Yeah, it's weird how it affects you as you get older too. Like, when you take a break, you'll start noticing it. When you drink more, you're like, oh shit.
What do you mean? You like, if you take a break, you'll notice what?
Like the fact that you're actually drinking poison. and it's like affecting you can feel it in your liver and your body, and the next day you're like, holy shit, this hurts.
Okay, so
and then you have all this extra energy when you don't do it all the time, and you're like, holy shit, I can work out now.
Well, so here's the deal. Here's what always I fall back on when I'm like, getting after it, is that my parents have been having happy hour every night for my entire life. So I'm 54,
and you'll live longer.
And they've been having gin martinis without ice. They have like pre-mixed in a mason jar in the freezer.
Okay.
So they don't have to fucking stick ice in it and sully it with water. Right. And they're just like, and like they tore these fucking, and my mom, God bless her, she'll never listen, so it doesn't matter. But like she gets loosey goosey every night. Not
Is
like
it one or two cocktails though. Is it like a high number?
Well, it's at least, they pour a tall one, then they top it off a couple times. It's like, and you can always tell, not in a whatever. It's like, but 86 and 85. And my mom, has had the cancers a couple times, just like everybody. My dad just had a few heart attacks last year, but before that, nothing ever. Yeah. Never been sick.
86 and 85. Well, there is a study out. There is a study out that says if you drink 1 or 2 drinks a day, you statistically live longer.
My problem is the way my head works though is like, okay, so not, and you're thinking, well, if 2's good, then 7's better, right? It's like not that's I end up there, but where I start is if 2 drinks a day is good, then why don't I just save them all up for Friday and have 14? Is that cool? I mean, that's like the numbers are all there, right? Does it jibe?
Can I carry the one?
What if I use the new math? Can I drink more?
For real?
Yeah. So Enoch, motherfucker.
Oh, back to the paying bills, Enoch. Babies. What now? Did you just ask?
I said, who loves Enoch more than us?
Dude, and I have not read ahead. I did finish a couple courses. I need to start posting these really fascinating shit on how the Bible was canonized.
Well, I'll be the judge of that.
Right, it's boring, but it's not as fun as this shit.
Really?
Nah, what's as fun as this shit? I just should have bought us the hardcover, the fucking book itself.
It's okay.
Yeah,
so chapter 16, and the death of giants. When the spirits have proceeded from the bodies, their flesh shall decay without judgment.
What?
Thus they shall be destroyed till the day when the great judgment over all the great world shall be completed, over the watchers and the impious. And now to the watchers who have sent thee, that thou shouldst petition for them who were formerly in heaven, say, ye have been in heaven, and though the secrets were not yet revealed to you, still ye knew illegitimate mysteries, and these ye have in the hardness of your hearts related to the women. And through these mysteries women and men increase wickedness over the earth. Tell them, therefore, ye have no peace. That's where we should have ended. that's
what the fuck?
Means like, you're not supposed to let those chicks know that you can go down on them.
Dude. Yeah, or some magic spells, perhaps. Yeah, you weren't supposed to let them know about the door to the multiverse.
Well, yeah. Oh, like maybe those are the witches that, like, like that. Maybe those are the beginning of the witches of not the witches, but the priestesses of the what does dude call it in
the mysteries?
The mystics. Yeah. Oh, it says mysteries. It says mysteries.
Where?
Ye have been in heaven, and though the secrets were not yet revealed to you, still ye knew illegitimate mysteries. And these ye have in the hardness of your hearts related to the women. And through these mysteries, women and men increase wickedness over the earth. The mystics knew the mysteries that had been imparted to them.
The mystics were different. They were like, those are like Greek people, right? The religion was the mysteries. So I don't know. I forget what they called
religion was the women were the mystics.
No, mystics are like, isn't the mystics like fucking Socrates and shit? There's like a whole.
No, Socrates and Plato and all those people were the one who went to the mystics to be enlightened.
I'm just looking it up because I'm too high.
The mystics were the women who could take you on the dope trip, on the 40 days and 40 nights and all that shit.
But I mean, it's weird having the same imagery right here, right?
What? No, it's not.
Names?
I don't think it's weird. No, I think that's where that's why they leave this shit out. They don't want to have the. They got to kill those women. They got to make them. They can't be saying the women are the ones who have the secrets. It says so right there. You gave it to the women.
Yeah, no, you're right. Shit. You're right. I just looked it up. You're right.
Yeah. I love it. I'm getting the Enoch tattoos. Knuckle.
Dude, what? Yeah. Why is this book not allowed to be read? And
too many answers. too much like poignancy. Too much acute knowledge. Too much color. Not enough vagueness. Oh, we can't mold this shit. It says the women have the mysteries.
They can't have that many gears in their car. They'll just crash it into the fucking wall.
They'll drive it away from our fucking church. Is what they'll do.
I got to remember to keep the pipe out of certain shots when I can flip it up.
Oh,
because you can't
be using
shit.
Drugs.
No.
Yeah. All right then. Okay. Chapter fucking 17, Mystics.
Fucking crazy.
Okay, so I'm close, Leif. I've been the mantra.
What mantra?
I'm whole.
Oh, light. Yeah.
I'm whole and light. I heal from within. I'm strong and getting strong. Whole and light. I heal from within. I'm strong and getting strong. I'm gonna. It's coming.
It's coming. Okay. Section 4, chapter 17.
Yeah. Okay. And they took me to a place where there were images like flaming fire. And when they wished, they appeared like men. Fuck you, dude. So, TV screen?
What?
Video screen. Like in Star Trek, man. Like they.
I was thinking more of the beam, like track. Yeah. Like teleportation.
Yeah. Or
such stoners.
Or like what movie? What do you mean we're stoners? It says right there, images. There were images like flaming fire. Okay, so
I just
remember Kevin. Remember Kevin? No, it's an image of flaming fire. But it doesn't say it doesn't say an image of flaming fire. It says an images like flaming fire. Like he's trying to describe it with the best he has, right?
I mean, I think it's just because I want it to be that so bad that I'm trying to attack it to make sure it's still, but I just hear Dan or some other scholar like clipping this up and being like, that image refers to
what?
600 BCE Mesopotamian deity, like someone just totally debunking everything we're saying right now. So I think you're just got to get into
it would be the greatest compliment to be debunked. Dan.
He's the best.
Is he? Which Dan? Which one's Dan?
I don't even know if I say his last name correctly.
Is that the podcast you're on?
No. I wish I could get him on her. He's just he's a scholar, but he has a TikTok channel I fucking love, and he speaks all the languages, so he can tell you what the verbs and this means, and it's like he's debunked so many of my opinions on everything. Like I sometimes just watch his channel all day. In fact, tonight I'm going to a fucking class of his that's on El and Yahweh and the difference between those names used.
Where's that at?
Oh, if he does a Zoom call you.
Yeah.
Nice. Dude, yeah, but he has this thing it's called data over dogma.
Oh yeah, okay.
It's sick. It's my favorite. Anyway,
is it on TikTok?
Yeah.
Is it called Data Over Dogma?
Yeah, it might be his name. Dan McClellan might be what it's under. But again, I think I'm saying that wrong. But I'd love to have him on. I think he's a Mormon. But I see guitar. I see guitar in the background of his videos, and I'm like,
so we could pull him.
Yeah, I'd be like, hey, can we might be able to get you some backstage passes you would like. I can just send it to you.
Why don't you just send them?
Yeah.
I just had a bunch of notifications on TikTok for some reason.
Playing the game is weird, man, and I'm not necessarily into it.
Okay, dude, that was one sentence, and they took me to a place where there were images like flaming fire, and when they wished, they appeared like men. And he led me to the place of the whirlwind. What?
This is too cool.
What?
What you just fucking read.
Oh, Jesus! I thought you were.
I'm sorry. No, that is the. What the fuck is this? Sent to you.
Yeah. Okay. And he led me to a place of the whirlwind, and on a hill, the point of whose summit reached to heaven. And I saw shining places and the thunder at the ends thereof. In the depths thereof, a bow of fire and arrows and their quiver, and a sword of fire and all lightning. And they took me to the so-called water of life, and to the fire of the west, which receives every setting of the sun. And I came to a river of fire, whose fire flows like water, and is emptied into a great sea, which is towards the west. I think he's talking about Hawaii. and I saw all the great rivers, and came to a great darkness.
I was gonna say, I think he's talking about hell.
And when there were all flesh wanders, wait. And I saw all the great rivers, and came to a great darkness, and went there where all flesh wanders.
That's badass.
And I saw the mountains of the black clouds of winter, and the place whither all the waters of the deep flow. And I saw the mouths of all the rivers of the earth, and the mouths of the deep. That's thick.
That's
I think this is so
cool. This is like Lord of the Rings shit. In the deepest depths of Mordor.
So I wonder if, so he starts with saying, and they took me to a place where there were images. And then and it's like a National Geographic fucking channel.
Images. It seems to be like.
It says images.
Right.
And they took me to a place where there were images. Right. Like flaming fire.
Mm-hmm. But to me, it's like I'm seeing like someone go from like a ghostly, like portal, interdimensional fucking being into a person that's there. Like beam me up, Scotty shit. Like they start out as a, and then they're just there. They manifest.
Sure, yeah. I was thinking more like the Jeremy video where it's like the screens are all there and you can see what's happening on the screen. But also like he's in a or you could they're like giant screens and he's like it's like National Geographic special flashing from like rivers to fucking mountains to fucking lightning storms to like above the earth fucking flowing lava.
Well, the lava, he seems to actually go there, right?
Well,
where
all these places.
Flesh wanders.
That sounds like porn.
Oh man!
So that he went to Pornhub. That's just crazy talk.
I love this book.
Yeah, we got to talk to Kevin about Enoch,
dude. I love this book.
And I saw the repositories of all the winds. What? You ate sand? When there was no crawdad, you ate sand.
There's a big ass storehouse up there. All the winds, they just hang out. They open it up every once in a while, kind of like a fart.
And I saw the repositories of all the winds. and I saw how he had ornamented all the creation and the foundations of the earth with them. And I saw the cornerstone of the earth, and I saw the four winds which support the earth, and the firmament of heavens. And I saw how the winds expand the heights of the heavens, and they remained between heaven and earth, and they are pillars of heaven. And I saw the winds which turn the heavens, which lead down the course of the sun and all the stars. And I saw the winds upon the earth which carry the clouds, and I saw the path of the angels. I saw at the end of the earth the firmament of the heavens above. And I proceeded towards the south, and it burns day and night. There were 7 hills of precious stones, are 3 towards the east, 3 towards the south. But of those towards the east, 1 of colored stones, 1 of pearls, and 1 of antimony, and those towards the south of red stone. But the middle one reached up to heaven, like the throne of God of alabaster, and the summit of the throne of sapphire. And I saw a burning fire, which was in all the hills. And there I saw a place beyond the great earth. There the waters collected. And I saw a great abyss in the earth, with columns of heavenly fire. And I saw among them columns of heavenly fire, which fall.
What?
And without number, either towards the height or towards the depth. Oh, that's not. Oh, that's weird. That's and without number. Okay, whatever. And over the abyss I saw a place which had no firmament of heaven above it, and no foundation of earth beneath it.
What?
What's a firmament?
That would be like land, right? Remember in Genesis, like when God's creating, first he does the firmament. Like,
Is that okay?
mm-hmm.
Oh, excuse me. Fuck. Dude, creation is fucking exhausting.
This is a lot. There's a, like, I think I would have probably been put into a home if I would have been reading this before.
When you were a kid?
No, even just before if I studied it like I studied the other books for the podcast, I'd probably have a mental breakdown.
Yeah. Okay. And over the abyss I saw a place which had no firmament of heaven above it, nor foundation of earth beneath it, and no water above it, and no birds upon it. It was a void place. And there I saw a terrible thing. 7 stars, like great burning mountains, and like spirits that petitioned me.
Here we go.
The angel said, "This is the place of the consummation of heaven and earth. It is a prison for the stars of heaven, and for the host of heaven."
What?
Yeah. Just let it, drink it in.
I can't. Yeah, keep going.
And the stars that roll over the fire are they who have transgressed the command of God before their rising, because they did not come forth in their time. And he was enraged at them and bound them till the time of the consummation of their sins in the year of the mystery.
I'm calm.
And Uriel said to me, "Here will stand the souls of those angels who have united themselves with women." Let's just let that, let's just pause. Here will stand the souls of those angels who have united themselves with women, and having assumed many different forms, have contaminated mankind, and have led them astray, so that they brought offerings to the demons as to gods, namely on the day when the great judgment on which they will be judged shall be consummated.
What?
Yeah. yeah, baby. That's right. Yeah, boy. And their women, having led astray the angels of heaven, will be like their friends. And I, Enoch, alone saw this vision, the ends of all, and no man has seen them as I have seen them. They can't have, like Enoch. Enoch would be like fucking Moses times 10.
Yeah,
he's not
at least.
You know what I mean? Like
he's way better.
Well, I mean that's why they can't have this canonized. That's why there's no way they put this shit in there.
It's like The Rock. There's no way.
Women are too important. It makes it like men are like we're all kind of dumb byproducts of the soilage of the angels, you know.
Yeah, and how fascinating
women. And it's hilarious that they say, and their women having led astray the angels, right? So it's the women's fault.
Always. They've always got to go back to that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying always. I'm saying that fucking in these writings, I
just love that it's that's just the women are fucking powerful. That's all. Yeah, they're fucking the life givers, man.
Yeah, it's funny the role gets taken away.
Hips, the curves.
Fuck you. So cool. Do you know who Frank Frazetta is?
I used to.
That artist who does like the Conan the Barbarian cover and.
Oh no.
Oh man, he's fucking. He draws like all these naked women on like saber-toothed tigers and shit. Like I love it.
Still alive? Still alive?
No. Damn it. But he has like whole museums after him. But anyway, it's all like thick-thighed women with like weapons and shit. It's fucking hottest red. There's always like a saber-toothed tiger that looks like it's going to kill you or a demon.
Was he the originator of the liger?
He has a lot of stuff. A lot of
the liger.
I don't think he was. I'm going to give that one to God. I'm going to give liger, God
half tiger.
Yeah, I think he made.
Do you know what that's from? Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What about the fucking? So this
the Prison of Stars.
That's what I was.
This place is the consummation of heaven and earth. It is a prison for the stars of heaven
and for the hosts of heaven.
And the stars that roll over the fire are they who have transgressed the command of God before their rising. We need Kevin. We need a lifeline. We need a lifeline. How about once we get through Enoch, we have Kevin back on. Be like, what in the fuck, Kevin? Look at this.
What is that? Does it say Gonzo?
Yeah, it does.
That's badass. That's badass. What in the fuck?
What in the motherfuck?
What in the fuck? And so, do we live in a prison for gods? Are we essentially in like a cell? Like,
well, I mean, weren't we still? I thought he was still talking about the firmament that had no firm. The firmament had no heaven above it and no earth below.
Okay,
it was
so
like a floating.
It was that void. Yeah, he went to.
It was
like
void. That. It's like the prison they put the three guys in from Superman 1. It's like a floating prison, right,
dude?
Or the other thing I was thinking is, have you seen those? You know, in Avatar.
Yeah.
You know the where they climb up to get their flying birds or whatever.
Yeah.
They have like those floating islands.
Yeah.
That they sort of have stuff like that in. There's places on Earth that are like that where it's like they're not actually floating, obviously, but they like look like that where it's like these skinny fucking. You ever seen that? I just saw something on.
But so you're imagining that, like he's jumping from those little cloud islands into.
Dude, I'm just like trying to give it some sort of something.
It's just fucking unbelievable to me, and I mean. The weird part is so like even though these books are not included in the canonized Bible, and something we don't say, but there's usually pretty good reasons that they're not. Like over the years, they lose favor, because they're unbelievable or they're weird or they've got some hard shit to swallow,
or they can't be couched. They can't be, like they don't.
I was
they
trying
don't
to be
help
objective,
they don't help
before
the party
going in.
line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying, yeah, dude. It's like,
But the fact that this is in the Dead Sea Scrolls,
mm-hmm.
I mean, that puts it like you know more than I, far more than I. So the Dead Sea Scrolls, are those some original manuscripts from the Old Testament?
Unfortunately, I don't think any. We don't have any original writings, but they're the earliest copies of some of them we have. And they were found so late. So that's the weird part. I think they're like, was it in 1745 or like
Unclear.
1845?
I don't know, but do they have, like, are there copies of other stuff that's in the Old Testament?
Yeah.
Alongside Enoch.
There's been a lot of, so like maybe we only heard about these books in other books, but we have no copies of them. And then they find them.
Can you imagine finding that shit? It's like, dude, I'd only heard about Empire. I mean, it only mentions it in the first, and like, I didn't even know who Boba Fett was. I just heard the name, and now there's a fucking backstory on him. This is like the prequel to fucking the Old Testament.
They were discovered in 1946.
Yeah, so right in there, yeah.
Isn't that insane? And I got to see them once. It was really cool.
What?
Mm-hmm. They were at the Seattle Science Center years and years and years ago, so I fucking went. Obviously, I was obsessed with that shit back then. Dude, it's crazy too because they're so small, and you wouldn't think about it, but it's like tiny. They're tiny, and they can't have direct light on them,
right?
And they can't have light on them for very long. So it's like you have to wait by this little like glass thing you can look through, and then every once in a while, a light comes on for a couple seconds, and it goes off, and you can like look at it. It's so cool. But and Nag Hammadi was another one, which is even bigger. That's where we get the Gospel of Mary Magdalene and the Gospel of Judas, and that was 1970 something. So it's like these are very recent developments in Christian history, and so even though this book lost favor, we know at one point a bunch of people were sitting around reading Enoch every Saturday or Sunday, like trying to figure out what was going on with this shit.
Well, so you think that? And again, this is us just talking shit. We don't know what the fuck we're talking about. But you would say
that's why we're here.
Yeah. You would say that the book lost favor before it was unchosen to be in the Old Testament?
I think that would. So I just, again, listen to a bunch of scholars all day, and that's what they would probably say. Smarter people than me. So, like.
There are none.
But, like, even that whole, like, the Council of Nicaea, they choose the creed. The statements of like this is what we believe, but again,
dude, we're not fucking with creed. We're not backing creed.
Yeah, Christians love that band. I don't know why. Anyway, so they lose favor. Like they just they lose popularity, right? Like over time, certain bands fade out, certain things fade out, and it's like. It's such an amalgamation of things. It could be language. It could be the stories, And so it doesn't seem to me to be like we have to keep this from them. It's like people were reading it and being like, this is fucking ridiculous.
Okay.
No.
I'm like, that's your, but that's what you think. That's what you think. That's your take.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to be objective.
I asked.
Yeah. I mean, like if I was, I'm trying to be objective.
Well, that's cool. I mean, if you want to be a pawn, that's cool. I'm gonna be a king or a queen. I'll be a bishop. So I can open my smock at people. Okay, let's do this. Where were we?
Because I finished a course on how we got the Bible. And it's really fascinating. It's horrible.
Yeah.
It was like 40 hours long too, man. It was like that PDF is basically fully highlighted. Do you want to keep going? Because I feel like
sure.
really okay.
What you want? You don't?
No, I'm just still chewing on this, and that's why my brain's all like, because like this is fascinating to me, everything that we just read. Like, I can't. Let me take one hit. You keep going. Funny bone. I just hit my fucking funny bone.
Owie.
That's so dead.
Hey. You're fine. Okay. And their women, having led astray the angels of heaven, will be like their friends. And I, Enoch, alone saw this vision, the ends of all, and no man has seen them as I have seen them. Chapter 20. And these are the names of the holy angels who watch. Uriel, one of the holy angels, the angel of thunder and of trembling. Raphael, one of the holy angels, the angel of the spirits of men. Ragael, one of the holy angels who takes vengeance on the earth and the luminaries. That's probably Yahweh. Michael, one of the holy angels, namely set over the best portion of men, over the people. Saraquael, one of the holy angels who is over the spirits of the children of men, who induce the spirits to sin. Gabriel, one of the holy angels who is over the serpents and over the paradise and the cherubim.
What?
Cherubim. And these are the names of the holy angels. So he's like, oh, by the way, I also know the fucking angels.
These are who to blame.
Enoch is a boss,
Dude.
Well, no, he's not saying.
No, he's giving you the deets.
Oh, here will stand the souls of the angels. So he's saying that first in 19, he's saying these are the angel. Here stand the souls of those angels. So these are the souls of the angels, and then he gives you their names.
See, I mean, isn't that how we're reading it? That's what I'm.
But Gabriel,
I was reading it.
But Gabriel's isn't Gabriel the one who comes down and talks to Mary?
Yeah.
Well, so he didn't get fucking fucked.
Well, but think about this. It'd be hilarious because that name is read in all these different holy books, even though they lost favor, but the name still pops up. You know what I'm saying? So how human is that to just like.
And Michael?
Yeah, John Smith. No, he was there, like it just like over generations.
There's only 19 names for angels and there's 20 million of us, all right? Get over it.
Good angels, bad angels.
We all look alike.
They all like some strange. That's what
some are better at fighting off the urges than other apparently. No, dude, we'll make a fucking curse and we'll all bloodlet it and we'll sign up, and if any of us fuck each other over,
dude,
I wonder
women
what
are
curse
cool.
Was.
I love women.
Oh, dude,
I would totally get it. I would fuck yeah, brother.
What? It's that Amen. Or nothing. I'm on the pact. We already talked about this. We already last. Okay, and these are the names and the paradise and the cherubim. Oh dear. And I went around to a place where not one thing took place. I went around to a place where not one thing took place, and I saw there something terrible.
Sorry, it's Dr. Seuss-ish.
And I saw there something terrible. You got a cough button, pal. Thank you. No high heavens, no founded earth, but a void place, awful and terrible. And there I saw 7 stars of heaven tied together to it, like great mountains and flaming as if by fire. At that time I said, on account of what sin are these bound, and why have they been cast hither?
Oh my God.
And then answered Uriel, one of the holy angels who was with me, conducting me. And then answered Uriel, one of the holy angels who was with me, conducting me, and said to me, Enoch, concerning what dost thou ask, and concerning what dost thou inquire, and ask and art anxious? Oh. Concerning what dost thou ask, and concerning what dost thou inquire, and ask and art anxious? These are the stars who have transgressed the command of God, the highest, and are bound here till 10,000 worlds, the number of the days of their sins, shall have been consummated. $10,000 worlds? Oh, you can't have that.
Dude.
These are the stars who have transgressed the command of God, the highest, and are all bound here till 10,000 worlds, the number of the days of their sins, shall have been consummated. And from there I went to another place. Oh yeah, fuck, dude. What the fuck?
So many questions.
Jesus.
Jesus is right. Save us, Jesus.
Save us from what? We got 10,000. There's fucking world. What if we're only like the 900th world and there's still like 9,990 to go or something like?
Dude, well,
or are they all happening simultaneously? Like I was saying, like,
did you hear about
look up in this? Go ahead.
The Nobel Peace Prize?
I mean, they keep
That
saying
locally
that
real thing that just happened.
No.
Oh, you didn't hear about this?
Dude, stop asking me questions. Tell me.
I got this is great weed, so forgive me. I'm just a little bit like my toes are tingling right now. So yeah, really just some grace, brother. Okay, so this is going to take a second for me to explain. But there's this double slit experiment that is really famous in science, and this strange thing.
Protons and neutrons, and
how
they don't appear. They don't appear
looking at them.
Yeah.
So somehow this guy, I have no idea, but he proved that, or I can't remember. They're essentially saying that if a tree falls in the forest, but the universe, way out there, that it's not locally real. That it's not real until you're observing it.
Well, that's an extrapolation from the
quantum shit going on that I have no idea but this particle entanglement of like how these two photons, they split them off and they'll be in this complete sync spinning 100% together, and they can be trillions of light years apart doing this. And then as soon as you look at one, it'll lose sync with the other one instantly. So how do they send that message over that amount of space that quickly? Right? It's like
it's love.
See, dude, I sit up at night like thinking about this shit, and that's exactly what it's like
Interstellar, man.
We pretend like we know what's going on here, in this world, in this life, because you have some repeatable data every day. You can make your bed in the morning and get ahead in life and brush your teeth, and you can hang, blah, blah, blah. You have these repeatable events, but what the fuck is going on?
Well, the gorgeous part, we'll never know.
I think that is,
we'll never know.
Admitting that and realizing that, especially when you approach religious texts and these fantastic stories from long ago, because I sent you another thing on TikTok you probably haven't seen yet, huh? It's that hate pastor. No, we'll save it for a different. Don't look at it. It'll piss you off. Look at it later though and text me.
Okay.
But
I'm not sure how to check my inbox. I've been on there, but I don't see. I don't know that I've been on.
I kind of find it charming.
Yeah, well, I'm a Gen X. Dude, I was like, I had this revelation. I don't remember what it was. I don't know if I used to have this reoccurring nightmare when I was a kid.
Oh no.
And my mom told me one time I woke up and I told her it was logs rolling, like getting bigger and bigger and bigger and closer. I don't know, just logs, in the, and that was when I was really little, 2, 3, 4, 5, I don't know, something like that. And then after I got sick at the very tail end of 2007, I started having them again, but I wasn't afraid. And one night, I don't think I was even asleep. I was just sort of kind of meditating, or like, just like I couldn't, you can't necessarily always sleep. So I was just like,
you're trying to sleep.
Yeah. Or at least, but if you can't, not stressing out about it and just like at least relaxing and, trying to get as deep relaxation as you can. And I realized what it was the light from stars that were going to be here when I died. Okay. The light has left the stars, and there's a day in the future where that light will hit the earth, will be visible to the earth on the, like the day I die, though that light will get here. And I started sobbing, and I woke my now ex-wife up, and she's like, what's wrong? I'm like, I just realized this nightmare I had as a kid was this light on its way. And she's like, well, why are you crying? Are you sad? I'm like, no, I'm happy because I realize that's not going to be for a long time. Like, and that's the thing where it's like, well, you can count on dying. Like, like
it's
you
what
count
you
on
and Brad Pitt have in common.
Others, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that related to anything, but that's what you made me think of just now. But
that seems to be like that connection at a distance thing.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck, I got stoned this week and was like totally convinced that we are just a thought inside the head of a god. Like where the neurons come together. And
yeah. Oh, yeah. Another thing I thought about was like that whole like if you think about like how fucking, I don't know, is string theory, is that the smallest we've gotten? That's
so.
Micro, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so that's as small as we can see, right? But the strings, but macro we still don't know. Macro, it goes and goes and goes. I heard this comedian go, nothing makes any fucking sense.
Infinite. I love him. Pete Holmes.
The universe is infinite, and it's expanding. Doesn't make fucking sense.
That makes no fucking sense.
Right. So I was thinking about how, like,
love you, Pete Holmes.
Yeah, he's fucking awesome, right?
He's amazing.
So like you think about how, so it's infinitely large, right? And you go, okay, well, our sun, like if you think about how big there are suns. Have you seen that scale of like how big our sun is? And then they, like, you can't even see our sun.
This is my entire, this is all my feeds. This and Egyptian shit.
And so then you boil it down, and then you get and the earth and how small the earth is. And then you get to us, and we're these little ants. And it's like, and can you like cut my face so it looks younger? Can you peel my cheekbones back
out of my butt and put it in my cheeks?
I got too much fat. I've been eating too much, and I'm a little concerned with how much back fat I got.
Yeah, or like, I'm going to work at this job so I can get to the top to make this, to buy, it's like, have you taken a second lately?
Could you look up? You need to go out into the stars.
Dude. Yeah. I have that star app that you have where it shows you point it. I downloaded it last time we hung out. And that is the most fun, dude. Because now I look up, I'm like, oh yeah, there's Mars. Because you can tell it's a little tinted, and like last night smoking a joint on the roof, like looking at all the different stars and their alignment. It's fucking mind blowing.
Dude, did you see the full moon the other night?
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's badass.
That was like, there's a tree over the neighbor's house, and it was coming up right behind. That's the full moon.
That's so badass, dude. Yeah, it's weird. Like, oh man, it's sad to me. A lot of this wonder, though. Like, why can't we talk about 450-foot tall invisible giants or angels that gave up eternity to fuck women? I mean, I guess we do in our popular films and shit. That is the City of Angels movie. The fucking,
what's that?
Do you remember that movie with the soundtrack that was like huge? The Goo Goo Dolls song was on it. That like. that Iris one. It's Nicolas Cage as an angel, and he falls in
Oh.
love with this girl, and he like gives up.
And they all go to the shore to watch the sunrise.
So here's the funny part: I wasn't allowed to watch it. Obviously, I just had the soundtrack.
What was the name of the movie? Wasn't it
City
Michael?
of Angels?
Oh, was it? Oh, Michael was the John Travolta was the angel.
Yeah, also not allowed to watch that one. I've never. No,
I'm gonna have to watch City of Angels again.
I don't know if it's very good.
Well, I don't care.
Point being is
Nicolas Cage. It's great.
So why aren't
you-
these like? How much more fun would people have at Sunday morning if this shit was from the pulpit? Like, maybe people would be going to church still. You know, like,
Maybe kids should read Book of Enoch in first grade.
I mean, it's pretty fun.
10,000 Worlds, motherfucker. Go.
Or yeah, I don't think this is all I could handle of this book today.
Well, let's finish the chapter. Or we're still,
okay, what chapter? Where'd we leave off?
We're on. We left off at 7. Terrible, the former flickered appeared. 10,000 Worlds. Where's that?
21, chapter 21.
Oh, yeah, chapter 21. Yeah, totally. Tied to it, great.
It's got a lot left, though, dude.
No, it's just.
It's got a whole lot left.
No, because. No, then it goes.
Oh, you just want to go to the end of the page, you're saying?
End of the page, yeah. I'm just talking about page 44.
Okay, beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I went around to a place where there was nothing, and I saw some tables, heaven, saw stars. But he said, "What are you fucking freaking out about? Why are you anxious? These are the stars that transgress God, higher about till 10,000." Okay, so chapter 7, and from there, I went to another place which was still more terror. Oh, you think that got bad? Wait a minute.
Oh my God.
And from there, I went to another place that was still more terrible than the former. And I saw a terrible thing. A great fire was there, which burned and flickered and appeared in sections. It was bounded by a complete abyss. Great columns of fire were allowed to fall into it. Its extent and size I could not see, and I was unable to see its origin.
What?
At that time, I said, "How in the fuck?" How terrible this place is and painful to look at. At that time, answered Uriel, one of the holy angels, who was with me. He answered and said to me, "Enoch, why such fear and terror in thee concerning this terrible place and in the presence of this pain?" And he said to me, "This is the prison of the angels, and here they are held to eternity."
Oh my God.
You can't even try to be as good. You can't even, what's that word? Hope to be an angel, because
Without
even
getting away
angels,
with it.
because even angels end
Got
up
HR.
in prison.
Yeah.
They have HR.
Yeah, they got their own, right? Yeah. Like that's what Enoch might be.
No one is above HR.
No, it's Enoch.
Well, I think Uriel. Is.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'll give you that. Touche. Yeah.
Uriel's HR. I mean, he's like, oh
Dude,
no,
he's like,
oh,
no, don't worry. This
no.
is.
He was peeping in the bathroom. He's in prison.
And the apocryphal books have such ridiculous punishments too, like with these huge columns of fire, just like waves of fire keep falling on this
You
place.
keep saying this is apocryphal. I don't buy it. I'm not buying this as apocryphal.
Oh well, this is not an apocryphal book. Is one not canonized. It's not included in the 66.
Is that
books.
the same as Apocalypse?
No,
What's that?
an apocalypse. This is an apocalypse too, though.
No, it's not.
Yeah, by the time
I thought
we're only
Apocalypse-
halfway through, dude.
I thought
It's
Apocalypse was a writing style.
It's a writing style that's that goes along with a certain worldview. It's a worldview from the ancient time, meaning that many people like I grew up in what is called a Southern Baptist Convention Church, SBC. That they believe a specific thing about the Bible. They all get together. These people believe the end of the world was about to happen at any second,
Right.
and so their writings reflect these common themes. And every scholar I've ever had, they all put it in even Wikipedia puts it in an apocryphal or apocalypse.
They're not saying this is going to be anytime soon, though. He's like 10,000 more worlds and fucking. They're talking about it until all these worlds have been consummated. They're not saying and it's coming tomorrow. They're just.
I can only speak from ignorance, unfortunately, right? Because I haven't read ahead. I have not read ahead, so I'm just gonna say I bet it unfolds that way, dude.
Okay, so we're stopping on section
this
4.
Is too much for my brain.
Dude, that was the end of section. That was the end of section 4.
No, it keeps going. I screenshotted it though.
No, that was section 5 starts with chapter 22.
Yeah, we're done for reading today, right, dog?
Dude.
Yeah, no, I'm fucking. See, that's what I'm saying. I'm not in a good place.
If this was, I think if this was the Bible, if this had been in the Bible, I think more people would have read it.
Totally. I will say that.
Because it lets you know that even angels fuck up.
Dude.
Even the chosen, I mean, are angels chosen by God or are they just like a different being?
I mean, it's kind of different in different writings, but they seem to be one thing that is always happening. They're just doing essentially the will of God all the time.
Not all the time.
Yeah, not here. I never thought. Yeah, first time I read this book. Yeah, not here.
I mean, they don't do the will of God, but sometimes they're doing God's work. If you know what I'm saying? Boom, huh? Boom. Do it.
The Book of Enoch porn,
dude. Chapter 5, motherfucker. Jesus, that's crazy. I
don't understand. Like you said, at least it's interesting if people were thinking that maybe angelic beings got punished too.
Yeah.
That even if you rose to that level of power, esteem, knowledge, sentience, you can still fuck up. And see, for original sin, Catholics it's just the apple, right? It's fucking, right? It's that NXS song, right? Is that what it's taught?
What? What's the NXS song?
Original sin. In Catholicism in those circles.
Original sin. That one?
I think so. But you know what I'm saying? It's like sex.
Listen like thieves. I don't know what your original sin is. Anyway. Yeah, but you know what? And I don't know.
Well, because how
can you again, dude? How can you? Don't get me started, Lou.
Well, I can't remember where in the Bible it is right now, but I feel like there's a passage that reads to the effect of Lucifer, this angel of light, says, "I will ascend to the throne of God," and this is before the world. Again, stone memory. And I always thought that was original sin, pride, saying I know more than God, that I will take God's place. When I was growing up, I always hinged that was the reason there's evil and good and bad and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know, man. This is next level. This is deity and what do you call creatures that never die? What do you call this is
immortals?
Immortals. This is deity and immortal sin. This is it's like it just shit rolls uphill from here. It's okay, well, those guys, how do you expect mortal men to be good? Because we can't even the angels can't even keep it in their pants. You know what I'm saying? It's like
these women look great.
Dude,
come on, cut us some slack here.
Well, and also, why don't you make women the fucking gods? They're the life givers.
I wonder if that's our fault. I do think that.
Whose fault?
Well, okay, we're going on Stone Land. This is fun. I read that Fingerprints of the Gods, and I like that Stoned Ape Theory shit. But it's weird that maybe agriculture was actually what kicked off alcohol is actually what kicked off agriculture instead of food. People just getting fucked up. And I think that's when we switched from eating mushrooms constantly from things, and perhaps accidentally bumping into psychedelics with our diets to constantly using alcohol, which is really egotistical, right? Like it's like you become so funny and you become so blah, blah, blah. Oh, this is too boring, huh? This is taking too long and too boring, huh?
I don't know where you're going.
I'm trying to explain the whole world, so I think I'm gonna cut it out. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like, I think I could do this. Like I can't. I'm just gonna cut that whole
Do
shit.
you have a
out,
second?
man. Yeah, we're at the end of the podcast. You have 75 more minutes.
I want to say, hey, Randall, what's going on? Thanks for listening, man. Yeah, Patrick Porter, appreciate it.
And
Thanks,
whoever,
Bryce.
all the UK, whoever's over
Everybody.
there, thank you.
If you, nobody finds me.
Australia.
Nobody finds me, but if you find me and you say hello, I will say hello back.
Yeah, yeah, and like I said, we're gonna have one of my pastor buddies on.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, well, actually, let's say goodbye to them. We'll talk shop.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Love you all.
Good one. Love you. Yeah. Talk to you soon.
Bye, y'all.